here. We're still in Tucson, still alive.
Yeah, coming at you from a new spot in the Elk Lodge.
What do you think about this?
Elk Ranch? We're still trying things out.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're the Elk Lodge. You know us. You love us, I hope. You
Couple
like
of
us, right?
alcoholics. How do you like this spot?
How do you like me now? I don't know. I'll have to see it.
Yeah, that's true.
Have to
The
see
last
it to believe
episode
it.
was edited by AI.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
So shout out to Scott Randolph, because he's like, Paul, why don't you use a fucking AI? And I'm like, you know, I like editing it. And I kind of do, but it was really just a resistance. You know, it's one of those, it's, what did Maya call it? Like, you know, where you're paralyzed, like task paralysis. That's it. It was total.
Wait, quick note. You might hear some rain. We're right in the middle of a monsoon.
Yeah, it's monsoon season, so it's been raining every day. Really big, beautiful, heavy storms.
Intense. So, yeah.
But yeah, task paralysis. It was like, but then I got to like do it, download it. I got to research which one I want to do first. So the other day I sat down and took 20 minutes. Like from start to it's doing the like the thing you see in the videos where it just like chops it up. Like that was a 20-minute gap. It was so easy. So yeah, shout out to Scott Randolph. He was
We
right.
shouldn't have said anything. We should have just waited to see if anyone noticed if that something was different. Done a little experiment.
Yeah, I watched through some of it. Like it does a pretty good job
Tracking
of the back
the
and
talker.
forth. Yeah. I mean, tracking the talker is simple. What I was worried about is like, sometimes it's like someone makes a face or like somebody laughs and it's just good to cut to. But like, are those shots worth me spending an extra hour a week of the rest of my life to get? Like, no, they're not make or break for the show. Sometimes you'll catch them, sometimes you won't. So.
More time for music, I suppose.
Exactly. Like
And other things.
expediting. My therapist, not to be that guy, but my therapist was like, you know, because I'm trying to take on a lot right now and do a lot. She's like, let's figure out how you can delegate, you know? Like it's not scalable what you're talking about because it's like bottlenecks at my time. So, AI, chopping up the Elk Lodge podcast. I tried to get them to do a clip. Didn't get a good clip out of them. Like maybe I did it wrong, but it didn't really make clips. But
Well, cheers to your time back.
thanks, Boo. It's good to be back too. I was on the road, and you've been here. I was here a week, and then I was gone for 2 whole weeks, and it was just you and the beautiful Elk Ranch.
Me, myself, and I.
How was your time?
Mainly good.
Oh yeah.
Mainly good. There was a couple incidents. I have a new catchphrase. It's hi, my name's Christine, and I'm just out here earning my spurs. So basically, that's what I was doing. I just kept trying to earn my spurs. There was a scorpion encounter, which was just like not good. You know, I'm just laying on the couch one night watching a show, living my best life, and all of a sudden, I just see this like little thing that's almost the color of the floor just kind of do his quick little walk in front of the TV stand. And I'm like, oh God, there's only one thing that walks like that. Like, ugh. So yeah, that took me about 30 minutes or so to trap under a cup.
What's it doing while you're trying to trap it under a cup?
It really stayed just right there. Like it made it easy on me.
The half hour was you just like, okay.
Yeah, and then
Well,
like
you're not chasing it or
debating
trapping
the
it.
glassware. Like I was like gonna go with a ball jar. I always do that. And then I'm like, the mouth isn't wide enough. Like then I went with back. I got a new cup. All, you know, deep breathing, hyperventilating, things like that.
Sure.
Such as that. And then yeah, finally was like, okay, I'm just gonna go. It's a lot of self-talk, a lot of pep talks that have to happen.
But you trapped him.
I trapped him.
And then what? Then you just left him.
Well, I should have left him because I did overnight. I left him because I was like,
that's right.
I can't muster up more now. I was tapped out. That zapped me
Time
emotionally.
out.
So I had to go to bed. And like, I was sure he wasn't going to get out. He was on a flat surface. This glass was heavy. I'm like, it's fine. So I go to bed. But then you told me, like, what if he gets out? Blah, blah, blah. So then I was feeling like I had to urgently deal with him.
Sorry.
But really, they can live for up to a week without eating or drinking. So I could have just left him there.
I wasn't worried he was going to die.
And asked you to get him out when you got back.
I wasn't worried he was going to die. I was just thinking like he'll work on that all night. I thought he was gonna get out, and then you'll come out in the morning. It's like fuck. It's
Yeah,
empty.
that would have been bad. That would have been bad. I was going back and forth, making sure he was still in there a couple times that night before I really committed to sleep. But so yeah, then there was that, and then he got out when I went to move him. So
Classic.
Some
Paper
of
wasn't
you
hard enough.
Might have seen I shared a little bit of that to my Instagram just because I thought
Was it
somebody should be enjoying this because I could only imagine.
It was really funny. JC, was it JC and me who said you should have like a nature
bug show?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
a bug
I
show, and you're just like, "Whoa," like the whole time.
It's like the sudden movements that get me, you know? I just don't like the bursts of speed and like change in direction.
Right,
that
they're
a lot
unpredictable.
of critters can do. And then, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like first is the worst. I've never been stung by a scorpion. Like, maybe it'll, in my mind, I keep thinking that if once I get stung, I'll be like, oh, okay, it's not so bad. But maybe it'll be excruciating, and then I'll just be even more freaked out. Unclear. But like that happened with a bee. The first time I got stung with a bee.
It
I was
bad?
always nervous to get stung by a bee, and then when I got stung by a bee, I was like, oh, okay, it's not that big of a deal.
That's what that's like.
Yeah, that's what that's like. Okay, no biggie.
Yeah.
But yeah, the little ones, they're apparently like the most potent, most rascaliest of all.
Yeah, and they're see-through. You would expect them to be like black, but they're see-through, but they shine in a black light.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
So they think they're being all clever hiding. You just shine a black light, and they just pop out like jizz in a hotel bed sheet.
Yeah, so that's cool. I got to look around the house. I think I'm just like, I was doing like a little rave dance every night with that flashlight, like just checking them out, making sure. I mean, those can walk on the ceiling. They can walk on glass. Our buddy was just telling us that he sat on the couch once and like one fell from the ceiling into his lap. These words haunt me.
Can't unhear it.
I can't unhear it. I'm just,
Can't get it out.
I'm holding on to it. Days
Keeps coming
later,
up.
3 days later, and it's still like,
It's fresh.
it's a recurring thought in my
It's
in
an
my
open
brain.
wound in your mind.
For sure. Yeah. So
Wow.
I've got some.
And that wasn't even the half of what you had to deal with.
Well, yeah. So then that ordeal's going on, and turns out we had broke our main water line. So I had noticed a few puddles here and there in our driveway, but didn't really think too much of it because we keep getting these massive storms. And
Yeah.
when that happened, it was the day after a storm. So I was like, oh, okay. Anyways, it wasn't okay. And it had been leaking presumably since we moved into our house, 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks earlier.
Yeah. A lot of water.
I mean, like, we had a river in our yard. There was a river on the side of our yard flowing. Like, it was a big, big leak. So, actually, we still never called the water company.
No, that's a good reminder.
Ooh.
We should talk to them about
Mental
that
note.
water bill.
Yeah, that's a doozy. But I've been compartmentalizing one thing at a time.
Great. Been pushing it down.
Yeah, shoving it down. No, I really was. It's overwhelming a little bit, but then I had a lot of great friends come to my aid, come to my side to lend a hand, to dig in the dirt, to scoop out mud, to hunt scorpions. So
Fix pipes.
It was a big. My friends came through. Like,
Friends
if it wasn't
came
for
through.
friends, where would we be?
Shout out to the Tucson homies.
I know. So that's nice. It was a nice reminder that we've got some great people here in our corner, and cool to move to a city and already feel connected in just a few short weeks.
Yeah. I'm loving it here so much. So it's like overwhelming. I feel like I won't shut up about it, but it's great. But yeah, while I was gone for 2 weeks filming with Steve and did some touring with Steve. Really fucking fun. And I'll be back on the road, supposedly, opening for Steve for the rest of the year. You never know.
Right.
Things change all the time, I'm lucky to have the gig at any point. But it looks like I'll be opening for all these shows coming up that we have scheduled. So get your tickets now at stevewood.com.
Can you give us a little teaser? What's your comedy opening like? What do you got for us? Oh yeah, you told me a couple jokes.
Yeah,
that
here's what I
like,
say.
I didn't think was funny.
I say, all right, here's what being married is like.
Yeah, he dragged me in the mud.
You wake up, you look over, you look at your wife, you think, God damn, I'm the luckiest guy in the world. Unbelievable. And then you walk outside, a pretty girl walks by you and you just think, fuck.
Still not
And
working
it gets a
on
pretty
me.
good laugh. You know, it was really interesting, actually. I was opening with that. You get a couple laughs. And then I went into some shit about how, like, because, you know, I've had a crush on you my whole life. So, like, how, like, I'm looking at pictures of you when you're a kid. And I'm like, this is a hot 10-year-old, you know, just, anyway. They're just not on my side, you know, like it was going okay.
I'm not on your side, so
I was getting some
that
applause,
checks out.
whatever, some laughs, but like wasn't really working. And I would end with my story of falling off the roof in Peru and stuff. And then Steve was like, you should open with the Peru thing. Like, first impression is a lot. And then our buddy Zach Townsend, who came on this tour with us, Zach's amazing. You'll love him. I hope you meet him. But he was like, yeah, dude, I'm like, once they like you, you can get away with anything. Because it's like, okay, we get it. And it was like, you know, it's like if a stranger tells you a racist joke, just comes up to you on the street, tells you a racist joke, you're like, what the fuck? Like, you fucking asshole. But if your best friend does tell you some horrible, horrible joke, like, you know their heart, you know they're just saying something ridiculous to make you laugh. Like, they're not racist, they're not evil in their heart. So it's like you have to kind of earn that trust. These people don't know me. They have no idea, like, my humor or just that I'm, like, actually kind of a good person, you know? So I'm not a bad guy. So anyway, yeah, that was like a huge, once I reversed it, I opened with the Peru thing. So I tell this harrowing story. They're like, oh, okay, we get this guy. And then I can kind of talk shit about you and say horrible things on stage that I don't mean and get some laughs, you know? So learning experience, really, really fun and beneficial.
Yeah, that's cool that, like, you could get real-time data from a crowd. It's an unusual, unique experience.
Yeah, stand-up's like that. Like, and with Steve's show, it's a lot of fun because whenever I can, I watch his set because, like, we play all these videos during it, which I edited, and you learn a lot by having the audience watch it every single night. It's like, oh, like, that keeps getting a laugh. Like, that we should actually do more in that moment, or like, we're getting to this moment too soon. Like, they're still laughing from the last thing you said, that they're not even hearing this other funny thing someone said. So we need to, like, space it out or something. So it's really fun. Like, yeah, we get, like, the real-time data. Like, touring is such a, like, mold. It really crafts the show, and then we get it concrete, and then do a special, and then do it all over again. It's a fun thing, the way stand-up is like that. But yeah, it's cool. Very different from music. Music, you just hide it in your room forever, never release it until someday. But yeah, stand-up is like, you go out there and bomb a little bit.
You're a brave man, better than me. I remember when I was like, so what are you going to say tonight? That first show back at it, this round. I'm just like, I don't know. Like, literally my stomach is flipping for you. Thousands of miles away, but you're just like, I'll figure it out. I'll wing it. I know.
Well, I mean, I knew
more or less what I'll say.
Yeah. I had kind of some things I wanted to say, but yeah, I just had to kind of, and I was also just kind of clunky too. You know, it was like my first few, because I haven't done stand-up in a while, so it was kind of like remembering how to do this. So anyway, I found it. But yeah, once you get over, it's like getting stung by a bee. It feels like, wow, that's the worst thing that could happen to me, is to stand on stage and do bad at comedy or forget what I'm going to say. One of the shows, I just totally forgot what I was going to say next. And it was a good, like, 10 seconds. And I even went like, fuck, man. And, like, the audience started clapping for me, like, sympathetically.
I died. I can't. I cannot.
It was bad.
Woo.
But I got through it, and then, like, I found my way, and I, still got more laughs after that. But yeah, you think of these moments that, like, you'll die. I mean, that's just the end of your life if that happens. Then it happens. You're like, I'm fine. I'm not dead. I'm okay. Like, and yeah. So the more you do it, kind of the more you get used to it, I guess. A little jaded, perhaps. But yeah. So that was fun.
Good. I'm glad. You're brave for getting up there. It's not something most people would want to do. Isn't the number one phobia public speaking?
That's what Jerry Seinfeld said in that episode of Seinfeld.
It's what he said.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big fear.
Yeah.
Most people have. Yeah, I wonder why. I mean, I guess, evolution-wise, like, if a bunch of people are looking at you,
Something's
you're on
wrong.
trial, you're in trouble.
Something's
Like,
wrong.
well, you're either a leader or you're fucking, they're going to kill you and eat you. Like, one or the other, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
And even when you're a leader, they can turn on you in an instant. Humans are scary. And a mob of humans looking right at you can be scary.
Yeah, I don't really like people one at a time, let alone crowd size. I mean, not that I don't like them, but I'm weary of the humans.
Yeah,
I'm weary.
for sure. Crowd control is like an interesting thing too. Sometimes people yell stuff during the show and you're like, you can't like show weakness or like, you know, freeze up. You either got to just totally ignore it or be like, shut the fuck up. Like, you can't, like, if you show any like sort of weakness up there, like it's over.
Yeah, it's a lot to
It's
manage.
great. It's not like you versus them, but it's like being a teacher or something, you know?
I know
like
that,
you
that
gotta
is what
keep
it made me think of.
Yeah. And it's kind of like this hypnotism. Like you try to we're trying to keep you right there. Like I'm trying to hold water, you know? Pretty wild.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Better you than me.
Yeah, I really am enjoying it. I hope I get to keep doing it. It's a lot of fucking fun right now.
Yeah,
I'm going to find a
said-
club in Tucson too.
Oh yeah, that'll be nice.
Yeah.
A little comedy club,
Yeah.
laughs, I think, or some shit. There's one.
Shits and
Probably
giggles.
one.
What were you going to say?
I was gonna say you said this is like one of the most fun you've had on tour in a long time, and just been really enjoying it. And
Probably the most enjoyable tour. Like we've all kind of cracked the code on it, I think. Like the worst thing about tour is you just get out of shape and you eat like shit and you sleep like shit. And so like, yeah, no matter what routine, what healthy activities you've been doing, 2 weeks on the road, it's a wash. So luckily Steve is like so gung-ho right now in his own health. So he was really leading the charge, but every morning, like finding a hike on this app called All Trails, which we got to download. It's like you plug in like, I want a loop. I want like not too many hills. I want a parking lot. Find me something. And they say from where you are, there's this one that's 10 miles away. There's this one that way. Like, anyway, so we went to a hike each day, hiked, walked, did some running. And like, so every single day we were like just feeling good. And then that makes you sleep well. And when we would get back to the bus, usually Steve would cook us breakfast. So like a home cooked kind of meal, like eggs and potatoes and vegetables. Like that's the other, you know, just buying food at restaurants or eating something from a gas station. Like there's a bar, there's a,
Sure.
a ceiling of how healthy that meal can be. Even a really
Definitely.
good restaurant, like there's always a lot of salt or butter or sugar or, you know, weird shit. Like, so yeah, that was good. And then we just had fucking fun. Everyone was in good spirits. Having this guy Zach on the road, I think helped. Like he definitely made the shows a lot better. He's like a really funny comic. So by the time Steve gets on stage, everyone's like, I'm at a comedy show. Like it's, you know, used to be kind of like rock and roll, Steve-O, like people yelling, just getting wasted, like not really understanding where they are or like, because it's totally different etiquette. Mm-hmm. Rock show, comedy show, the etiquette expected of someone is completely different. So like people would be at our shows like, woo, like fucking love you. Mm-hmm. And like Steve's in the middle of telling a joke and he's like, shut the fuck up. He used to get really mad. Now, actually, he's like...
is he
he's
doing better with that?
It's unbelievable. He's a totally different person on stage. Like, he has not blown up on anybody. And I mean, we joke with him about it all the time because it's like, it's just such a funny...
It was tense a few times.
Yeah, you've been at shows where he does that.
I've witnessed it for sure.
Because he would like, you know, you can't show weakness, so he'd like dive right into somebody, but it would also kind of kill the vibe because like there was no like humor in what he was doing. It was so funny. I brought this up to him, but he was in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and this lady he's like, good to be here in Chattanooga. And this lady's like, Chattanooga! And he's like, oh, what the fuck? Like, you just had to yell that. And like, goes, you know, it's like this lady, all she said was Chattanooga. So anyway, he's a totally different person. He handles it so well. And I think people behave better because we used to also like do signs, make announcements, like don't fucking talk during, don't film, like not okay. We'll throw you out if you film. Like, we would kind of create this like militant environment. And I think it made people act out, you know, like now we're just like, we don't ask people that. There's like a little announcement and there's signs and stuff that you can't do that, but it's so mellow, you know, and like people behave better when you sort of trust them almost, you know?
Just
Learning
out
a
there
lot.
doing sociology experiments everywhere you go.
Yeah,
huh?
a lot of lessons. A lot of
Yeah,
lessons on this
lots to
trip.
learn.
But it was such a fun trip. Really fun. Watch some UFC fights. Watch new House of Dragon. So we can probably do spoilers because most people are probably ahead of it than us,
Sure.
right? How are you liking it? What? We're 3 episodes in.
It's okay. It's no, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't have its teeth in me the way Game of Thrones did, but I'm still enjoying it.
But what about the first season of this show? Did you like it the same?
As compared to Game of Thrones?
No. This is House of Dragons, season 2.
Yeah.
How did you like season 1 of House of Dragons?
Yeah, again, same
thing.
Same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
It's good, not great. I enjoyed it. I think the costuming, like set design, it's very beautiful to watch. It's still very cunning and like it's so good.
Sexy.
It's still sexy.
Game of Thrones is more sexy.
I think so. I think so. There's more sex appeal.
Nice. I've never seen Game of Thrones, so
think.
yeah, maybe I should check it out.
Yeah, because you said this predates it, so we should just roll into the next, Finish House of Dragons and then keep going.
Into Game of Thrones.
That's right.
All right. I'm into it. I'm enjoying this. We're kind of in between shows right now. I don't really got a show.
I know, I feel like all the shows come out in the fall or something. There's aren't there 2 times the movies get released? It's always like the big blockbusters
Like
come out in summer
Thanksgiving.
and Christmas or
Yeah.
like Thanksgiving and between Thanksgiving and Christmas. I feel like there's been kind of a dry season, although I've gotten a lot of reality TV. I feel like that pops off in the summer, the Love Islands, Too Hot to Handle, all that stuff comes out in the summer for the steamy season.
I wonder what people are doing. Because it used to be like it's on TV, so like fall programming. And then over the summer, people aren't really home that much, so you do other shit. So like that was someone's season of a show. But now it's like you just make 8 episodes, you drop it. I wonder, is there like patterns to it? Or
I don't know. I mean, it's certainly some shows that we watch are still premiering on, like Abbott Elementary is still going onto cable first,
Right.
before it makes it to platform. So I don't know.
they're doing
Some of them are, some of those shows, like I still watch Grey's Anatomy. That still comes out, Thursday
Unbelievable.
nights, like it has for 22 years or whatever.
amazing.
22 seasons. I don't know.
So
how
it's
that actually
a
works,
season a year? Or do they do less or more?
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's actually like year for year or what.
Because it always was, right? Season 1 of Seinfeld was the first year. Second year was 2.
Generally, but like
season
is
5
it-
was 5 years into it, right?
Can't really be that long. 22 years of Ellen Pompeo or whatever the hell. I don't think
What's
so.
Ellen Pompeo?
She's gray.
I don't know. I mean, 2004?
I guess. Jeez.
Did it come out when we were in...
If she was like
That's
24
eighth
and now
grade
she's
for us.
44 or something.
Yeah.
I guess so. She's probably,
That's 8th
maybe
grade.
in her
Yeah, they were
50s.
like... Yeah, they were like early 20s.
yeah.
Now she's like 40-something.
It's kind of wild.
That is wild.
What a run. I think the only person on TV longer is like Mariska from Law and Order SUV.
Oh, SVU.
I do that every time.
She's
My
amazing.
brain strikes again.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's really held on.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. But yeah, I don't know if it is year for year.
I wonder. But I'm excited for Game of Thrones. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I always told people, like, I believe you that it's good. I just, for whatever reason, haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long one to commit to, too.
How are you
Also,
liking this
just-
seating? Is it not working out so good?
I was sitting on the ground for a long time before,
Oh,
and my
yeah.
back's bothering me I ran, and now my back's hurt ever since. So that goes to show you should never go for a jog because it is not worth it. It's been
Never
over
do
a
it.
week. So I'm just a little antsy.
Sorry.
It's okay. Not your fault.
Well, sorry, but what were you saying also? Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah, I'm just excited for football season. There's like
Oh.
that docu-series about the quarterbacks on Netflix,
Yeah.
and then they did the tight ends, which I think I liked even more. But I had fun, and it just got me excited for fall football. Got to figure out what I'm gonna do. We don't have cable anymore. Got to figure out where I'm gonna
We've got
get
the
my fix.
Fox Sports app. I wonder
That's
if it's
good.
on
That's
there.
promising. That sounds good.
Yeah, that does sound good.
There's something about football season to me though. it's like a feeling. It's more than like it's my favorite sound to tune out.
Yeah.
I mean, I tune in sometimes too.
Sure.
Don't get me wrong, but like, it is the background sound of my child, like my whole life. So it just settles me a lot.
It's peaceful. It's a Sunday sound.
It's a Sunday, it's a Monday, it's a Thursday. Like it
Yeah,
just
that's true,
you
I
can
guess.
lean on it a lot, you know. And then you got Saturday college football.
Yeah.
Just fun. It's just a fun little thing, but
Yeah, that will be nice.
yeah, you think you'll get into college sports here now that you've got the U of A?
Don't know.
Yeah, I wonder.
I wonder. I mean, I'll probably
Tailgating
root for them. I mean, if you wanted to go to a game, I would go. That'd be fun. I'm not like against games.
tailgating at least is kind of fun.
But like March Madness, sure, I'll root for Tucson, of course. Or yeah, Arizona. Are they in it?
They usually are.
Okay.
The Wildcats.
So yeah. So what was that face? Did I do something wrong?
No, you just like kind of fumbled it, but it's fine.
Did I? Did I SUV it?
Yeah,
Well, that's all right.
it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I'm new.
Yeah.
I'm the new guy. I'm a new guy in town.
Yeah, you are.
You're a classic, you know?
But it is cool, like we live in a part of the city that's like pretty out there. So I've never lived or like spent a lot of time on this part of town. So I still get to feel a little bit like I'm new. There's still a lot to discover over here, which is cool. I'm not a complete know-it-all. But
No.
no, I do really know it all. I do love Tucson, and I do always feel like I know it all, but it's changing all the time.
Sure.
Which is cool. There's always something going on.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. There's a Sonoran restaurant week coming up. I really hope I can like take advantage and try some delicious things.
And so what is that? Everybody kind of like gets on board and has like a discounted thing?
It's like participating restaurants will create this specialty menu that you can only get if you go visit them during that time. And it's usually like a certain amount of courses, flat price, varies differently, like depending, but you know.
Is it their normal food?
No,
Or is it
it's
like they're doing some new shit?
Yeah, it's normally
Oh.
like a specialty menu. So it's sort of just like your favorite trusted chefs are doing something new and exciting and won't last long, kind of thing. And yeah, just.
How
seems
many
like
restaurants do it?
I think I saw like 30 at least,
Nice.
maybe more. The list was pretty long.
Sweet.
So yeah, there's just so much good food here.
I know we've barely been out to a restaurant yet. I mean, we've barely been here, but yeah, there's so much. We got stops to make.
For sure.
We haven't even done our first round of every restaurant. You know, like there's so many we come to when we've been here. We haven't been there yet.
It's true.
Pretty wild.
It's so true.
Much to do. Much time though. Feel very like got time. More than ever, I feel like I got time.
Good. I feel like you're so ambitious. You're always doing something.
Well, yeah. I mean, I got
Always feeling like you're running out of time.
Sometimes I was feeling that way. I don't feel that way so much anymore. But
Good.
I'm not inactive. You know, I dug a trench today.
You're pretty nonstop around here.
Yeah. But it's just like I'm not even choosing to do that. Like it's like a vacuum, just like pulling me to like things have to happen. Like I just can't sit still. But it's fun. It feels great. It's like
It is
sip a
satisfying.
little coffee, smoke a little weed, like pick up some shit, then like touch back, like chug some water, like back out there. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. I've been blown away by the nature we've seen already. Like, there was a frickin' hawk that came and landed on our back doorstep. There's all these ground squirrels everywhere that are so cute and eat these little mesquite pods and the prickly pear. So many lizards.
A coyote came like up to our front door,
Coyote.
basically.
The quail are out. We haven't seen any mountain lions, bobcats, or javelinas yet. Or
Yeah.
snakes.
I've never seen a
Or
javelina.
tarantula. But I'm fine with most of that.
Yeah.
What would you think you're more scared of?
Okay.
Like if you're out there in the garage one day, more scared of a snake or the black widow?
A snake. And then what kind of snake, though?
I mean, a rattlesnake.
I'm more scared of a snake.
Yeah.
I'll take
guess I
off my
would be.
shoe and I'll just squish a black widow. What are you going to do?
I'd run away and cry. Probably.
Yeah,
If
like
I was,
a black widow
alone.
has to like get onto me and then bite me.
Ugh.
If I'm seeing him versus the snake, I just have no experience doing anything
Yeah,
with
we're not
snakes.
snake people.
Especially like avoiding one that's trying to bite me. I got no like prerequisite for that.
I'm just nervous about snakes because, like, I know they're out there, but I don't know where, and I don't like that. You know, it's like the other day I walked by this one bush and I found the pack of quail, and they all ran out. And I'm like, oh, that's the bush that the quail live in. I just want to know, like, oh, that's the one that the snake lives in.
They should tie a balloon to every snake.
Yeah, let us know
so
where
we
they're
just
going.
see them.
It's too much, but
Yeah,
I
it's
know
a
they
little-
don't want to. They don't want to see us. They don't want to deal with us. But I think accidents happen. They get places they don't mean to be. So
I know if I ever have to step like out in the desert there and like my feet are near bushes, I'm like so cautious because I
You
feel
should
like
be.
just at the base of a bush is just a fucking rattlesnake just
I
gonna
know,
chomp me.
like they're somewhere, but I just have no idea.
Yeah, you really gotta.
I
Stick
wish
to the
that
path.
I wish so badly you could see them with the black lights because
No
we took
shit.
the black light flashlight outside and you could see some massive scorpions and things.
Yeah, I saw a
really
scorpion
easy.
within 5 minutes.
Yeah, like you just walk right out and they're
It's
pretty much
so
there.
funny to me. Like they think they're so like well hidden under that rock. Like
How do
you
you know
are
what they
glowing,
think?
bro.
You don't know what they're thinking.
All right, they're probably not thinking anything.
Maybe.
I think they're making a
Maybe
lot of
not.
assumptions.
I think you're making a lot of assumptions.
JC's coming soon.
Oh yeah, that'll be so exciting.
Our first out of country visitor, in fact. International visit.
It's only right that it's JC. I feel like
Yeah.
he's done such a good job visiting us.
He really
He's
does.
like the third host of the Elk Lodge podcast because he's just
Yeah.
on it so much.
Yeah.
Because he just basically lives at our house.
He's a good one.
Yeah, he's a real one.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to show him this house. You know, like I've lived in 3 different houses with JC. Yeah. And so, yeah, I like to show him, like, you know, I don't know. I feel a real connection about, like, I know what he'll appreciate about the living quarters, you know, and like the white room in here. It's cool, man. It's fucking exciting.
It is. It's very exciting to stretch our wings a little bit and settle in. And, like, I love that the music and art space has now combined. It feels really cool to just have, like, one creative hub in the house and just feels like we have everything we need, which is amazing, incredible. We're very, very blessed.
Blessed.
Blessed. I don't know how we got so lucky all the time.
Well,
I'm sapping myself out. Somebody tap. This is tap talk.
we're getting
Tap
too
me
sappy
out.
here now, folks.
Get me out of here.
I mean, we might as well wrap it up, you know? It's just good
Oh,
to check
it's
in.
short. It's sweet.
A short little quickie. Yeah. So, hey, I can
There we go.
do this guy real
Knock
quick.
it out.
Yeah. Well, fuck yeah. I kind of like this spot. Like, I like it better than the kitchen. You know? It's like
Check the tapes.
chairs could be here at any time. It makes it hard to shoot in the morning, though, because of the light. But if we get heavier curtains for whenever that happens, this is kind of an area that's always going to
Maybe we
basically
should.
be open
We'll figure that out. Let's talk about that.
in private.
Yeah.
Don't talk about it in front of everybody.
They're probably tuning out by now. They're vexed out.
They're gone.
They're done.
Nobody's here anymore. Let's just really talk. Just me and you. So you don't like it.
No, it's great.
All right. Yeah, but you'd like a table. You'd like some other thing, a little more comfy chair. Okay.
I'm doing all right, buddy.
Okay.
I'm doing all right. No complaints. I'm fine.
Great. Good night, everybody.
Good night to us.